Some call it chaos.
We call it family, friends, and life.
We are three best friends thriving with a combination of one husband,
One fiance,
One wife,
eight children,
and five fur children.
We're here to share our journey through this crazy thing we call chaos. We hope you sit back, enjoy, and follow us on our journey through our day-to-day. This is
Creatures of Chaos.
With B.
KK.
and Bo.
Oh, remember when you were obsessed with Invader Zim?
I will never not be obsessed with it.
Well, you haven't talked about it in quite a long time, so
I still have the box set downstairs.
I believe that.
Yeah. I watched that for a short period of time.
Yeah.
In high school.
I-
A friend of mine was obsessed, so I just got them.
Legit took my senior pictures with all of my GER memorabilia.
Really? I didn't know that. Oh, you should get a little tattoo of one.
I should. I never thought about
That
that.
would be cute. Just a little guy. Just a...
Yeah, just a little GER.
Yeah. You should do that.
It says I like tacos.
I like tacos. I don't like tacos.
I love tacos.
No.
What, any kind of tacos?
Chicken and
Chicken
shrimp tacos, but I don't like beef
Chicken.
tacos. Yeah, no, not a huge, I don't understand the taco house.
I don't
Hype.
get the hype either, truly. The last time we were there, no bueno.
It wasn't like a...
I also wish I would have known that we weren't eating right then, and we were waiting till later, because I wouldn't have ordered nachos. They were soggy. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Shaggy nachos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't planned out very well.
No.
That's okay, though.
Just fly by the seat of your pants. That's what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
We have no plan. They
That's
can
okay.
probably tell.
I think we can kind of, when we start talking, we just talk anyway. And so
Yeah.
we'll get,
We get to the point eventually,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my eggs.
You can literally just... What?
I meant like my chickens that are at my mom's house.
Okay.
Someone else has to talk. I can't do it anymore today.
Apparently not. My nose just keeps running and I keep just sniffling.
I know. I've sniffled 100 times.
Yeah. So I apologize to everyone who has to hear me sniffle.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
That's true.
It is. Did you take your shot of fire cider?
No.
Do you have any?
No.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. Any hoodle.
That's what I do. I just let it pass most of the time. Almost miserable for a little while. And
Okay, but y'all can breathe.
that's true.
Like I took training classes to breathe out of my nose.
See, I'm not good at breathing. I'm a mouth breather through.
Oh, me
and through.
too.
I just have a deviated septum. And so breathing out of my nose, I just don't.
Is that what's wrong with my nose?
You could, yeah.
You might.
I don't know. I just suck at
Just
breathing.
means, like right here that goes straight up in your nostrils is either too wide. It could be pushed to one side. There's a lot.
How's it look?
Were you trying to look up your own? Like,
No,
what were you trying to do?
I was trying to show you guys.
I can't really tell. You got to have a doctor with a light and look up there. And
Well,
there's measurements they take and there's
let me tell you, James's nostrils huge.
no kidding.
I can stick quarters up them.
Ew. Sorry. That's not that gross, James. It's probably
Make him feel self-conscious.
When I wax his nose, I use the big popsicle sticks.
Damn. Next time I'm gonna be looking too. I'm gonna.
He's gonna be all self-conscious about his nose now.
Oh, I love your nose, babe. It's great. Love your quarter nose holes.
Pick your nose with your thumb. It's wild.
No, really, he could probably fit his thumb fully
Oh my
up
God,
in there.
How weird. Interesting.
I have a widow nose.
From memory, I just don't remember what people's nostrils look like.
Just his.
It's me about my own kids. I'm not really sure.
It's fine. I don't know. The other day, James and Boo were talking about something. I don't even remember what it was. But she was like, I get it from you. And I was like, that's super sweet. But no, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, that's part of having a blended family.
Listen, I used to tell my dad that all the time.
I get it from, like, you get it from him
Oh, yeah.
for anything.
Oh, yeah.
I get that from you.
Oh, yeah.
I think like certain like ways of acting and tendencies, but this was like something physical. Like,
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. I tell my dad that all the time.
Yeah.
really?
Oh, yeah. All the time. Anything, I blame it on him.
I need an example.
That I'm clumsy, I tell him I get it from him.
Maybe you do. Maybe. I mean, I think they were talking about farts. The smell of farts.
Oh, but is that
Okay,
even
but-
genetic?
Our bowel issues, me, all my brothers, my dad, we all have bowel issues. Sorry to call out your business there. But definitely say that we all get it from him because we all have it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all the same issue. We all have our own issues, but
Everybody's constipated on Wednesdays.
yes. But only okay, so me and one of them are biologically brothers. Or brothers, not a boy. Are siblings. And then the younger two are biologically related. And
Are
then
they siblings or just related?
they're siblings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You said biologically related.
I know, I was trying not to like okay, so younger two are brothers biologically.
Okay.
And then me and the next oldest are biologically siblings. And then we're all adopted together.
Okay.
So,
Your biological sibling, are you full siblings or are you
I do
half?
not have any full siblings.
Okay.
Neither do I.
None of my mother's children have full siblings.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, none of my biological father's children have full siblings either.
Okay.
We a bunch of halvesies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have 2 half and 3 step.
Yeah, actually, like, I used to get really upset when people would, like, specifically say, like, if their sibling was full or half or step
Right.
or, whatever.
I get that though.
Yeah.
Like, I used to get so upset about that. Like, no, they're your sibling.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how they became your sibling, they're your sibling.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I used to get so mad.
I have adult siblings that still like say step, and I don't really say anything to them. I just when I tell people I'm like, yeah, that's my sister or that's my brother. Or,
Right.
For one, I ain't got time to explain all of this to you.
Right.
Right.
And it's none of your business. And we're siblings either way. It doesn't matter.
The only one that, like, I will still go out and, like, go out of my way to correct how someone says it is, like, if someone says, well, that's my real
Oh, right.
so-and-so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my real parent. No, that's your biological.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they are biologically your parent doesn't mean that my dad is any less real because he's not biologically my parent.
Exactly.
That is the one that, like, I will call anybody out on because the way you word that will hurt somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't unintentionally invalidate someone else.
Yeah.
And be ignorant about it.
I'm sure my kids will hit that part eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It won't,
There
won't be a
was-
good day for them.
An adult, when me and Stephen started having children,
Yeah.
that pointed out to my oldest that that his siblings would be like half siblings, and I'm like,
Mm-mm.
And when so I explained the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, but that doesn't make it any different. It doesn't
No.
make these siblings any less of your siblings.
Right. That
Sorry.
no. You can go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel the same way about my adoptive brothers. Like, the younger two, I don't look at them any differently as I do the one who I am biologically related to.
Right.
Yes, I grew up with the biological one longer than the two adoptive, but the youngest one, I've known him since he was born.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we've had him since birth.
Yep.
So I don't look at those two any differently than I do my biological brother.
Yeah.
They are just as much. My brother is my biological, you know?
Yep.
And what's crazy to me, though, is that I think that blended families are more common these days than
Oh,
not.
absolutely.
So it's just strange to me that people still talk that way.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I have two half brothers, and I absolutely love them to death, but they are across the country, and I do not know them as well
Yeah.
Right.
as I know my step siblings because I've been up here for so long. They watched me grow up from the age of 9.
Right.
I mean, they're all older than me, but my little brothers that are physically blood related, I mean, I'm not as close to them. It doesn't mean I don't love any of them any less, but
It's like that, the saying that everyone gets wrong. Blood is thicker than water.
yep.
Because that's not the true saying. It's blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb. Like, it doesn't matter if it's biological or not. It's the family that's there and the family that you build.
Right.
And,
Right.
you know, I don't think blood has anything to do with who your family is.
Not at all.
Ever.
Because there are blood that I don't, that are
Claim.
not families.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I fully agree with that. They're blood family that I haven't talked to in years.
Sometimes your blood family can be some of the most toxic people in your life.
Amen to that.
I know that in my life, at least 2 of them specifically have been the most toxic.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
So,
I don't know, but I definitely think that the people that don't have blended families, they see it as a bad thing. I mean, when I had my oldest, I really struggled because of the choices that I had made, and I was under the impression that I was going to have a broken family, and that is very much not the case
Right.
at all.
right.
And I'm happy the way that it turned out, the way that it did.
Right.
Just like me and the boys' dad, we have a great co-parenting relationship.
It took a while to get there, but you guys really do.
Right.
It did. It took a really long time to get there, and between him and James, they get along. All the kids get along, and my oldest understands when they go to his house on the weekend. I mean, really, like, they look at him as just another part of the family, just
Right.
like an outer part of the family.
Yep. Just
So different than y'all.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, y'all are family to my kids.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Right.
And what a huge relief to have that.
Yeah.
Because so many people do not have that.
It was very hard to get to, but I think me and him both got on the same level where we finally were like, the boys have to go first.
Absolutely.
And it took a lot of maturing.
I knew you both would get there eventually.
Yeah.
Both were just being dumb. Honestly.
You ain't wrong. We're both very stubborn.
Yep.
And I think it definitely helps that we like each other's fiancés.
Yes.
That
Yes.
helps a lot.
Yeah.
You both picked very good partners.
Yeah.
You both you both lucked out very well with who you chose.
Oh, and it was like all in the same year, so it was super weird.
Yeah.
We've like been together with our fiancés the same amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
The same year. Like maybe 2 months apart.
Interesting.
Very weird.
I guess I thought that they were together before.
They had a little
Or what-
they had a little period where they got together and then they broke off and then they got together.
That's what I'm thinking. I guess I thought they were together for a while before, but yeah, that must have been.
I pulled my head out of my butt and all of a sudden things started evolving.
But he also did some work too. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
both had some growing to do. It was not just on you.
Yeah. But I had to take that first step to, I guess, let him in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think all of our families are blended in very different ways,
Yeah.
which is never a bad thing.
No.
We ain't never bored. Ain't that the truth?
I know. I got asked the other day, like, what it would look like if Emma and I were to have kids, because we are in an open marriage.
Right.
So obviously, if we were to have kids, we have partners. So, like, would they be involved? Like, how would that look? You know, that kind of thing. And for me, it's all about a village.
Yeah.
Like, if we,
The more people that can love your children, the better.
like, if we were to have kids, like, if I were to have a kid and say, you know, Emma and Cassie are still, you know,
Yeah.
tight as can be, you know, still together, doing amazing, and say Cassie moves up here. I would want Cassie to be as involved in our child's life as possible, as much as she wants to be involved, you know,
Yeah.
because she is with the other parent to my child.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would want her to be,
That's where that co-parenting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the same concept. It's just like
It's a little different,
co-parenting.
but it's the same.
Yeah. It's a little different because she's within the circle.
Right. She's not the
partnership?
biological.
Yeah. She's within the circle of partnership, but not biologically.
Right.
Right.
So, like, it would be the same too, like, but a little different, because if, say, I got pregnant by one of my partners, he would be in the circle biologically,
Right.
but Emma would be the other parent.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, it's different. It's very different, but it just means more parents to love the child.
Right.
And I think it's the same when it's a split, you know, when the parents split and then you each get partners, and, you know, there's just more to love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as these people are not, that there's no like toxic, there's no like bad. I mean, there's always going to be like, no relationship is perfect, no matter
Right.
how many people are parenting a child.
Right.
But yeah, if it's healthy, the more people that can be around and there for your children and love your children, the better. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even like, we've even talked so much as like, say like, God forbid, you know, we have kids and 10 years down the road, something happens and like Emma and Cassie split. And she's been in our kids' lives for 10 years. I would still want her to continue that relationship with our kids if she wanted. Like, I would still want it to be the same as if she were a parent. You know, I wouldn't want to just break off that relationship. That's traumatic, you know?
I agree, and I disagree with that.
I kind of figured.
Only because I've been in that situation.
Right.
Mine wasn't as long, but yeah, that.
Well, and obviously there would have to be like boundaries and limitations, because if it's toxic or like not healthy, then obviously there would be no communication or no relationship. It would have to be healthy on both ends for the child and the other partner who separated.
Right.
But if it was healthy, because I don't want to like name names, but there is a child in my life who his mom and stepdad, they split, and he had no relation to the kid at all, whatever, and had only been in his life for 5 years, maybe, give or take. He continued a relationship with him for like 10 years afterwards,
Right.
until the kid got old enough and the kid was just like, I don't want this relationship any longer, whatever. It naturally just kind of digressed. But that's kind of what I want. Like, as long as it's healthy, whatever, I just wouldn't want to cut off that relationship. Like, I feel like that would be so so traumatic,
Right.
you know?
Mine was toxic, and it needed to be cut off.
And it was still traumatic.
It was, and I still, to this day, I still have problems with it.
Right.
But you just keep moving forward, and It is what it is.
Yeah.
I was not going to continue to expose my kids to that.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between healthy and not healthy. And, you know, obviously, if it's...
That was the Black Plague.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would not want something to continue that was not healthy.
And I would tell you.
Yes, I know.
Morgan would have to decide what side she was going to take that day.
I think when it comes to kids, she would tell me.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
I think if something's
Oh, she sure did
not
not me
good for a child,
with the silent treatment.
well, I could have gone about that better.
That's fine. We're here now.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Listen, it didn't matter either way because if she would have spoken up, you still would have quit talking. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty stubborn.
yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered either way which way she would have went.
Yeah, I'm not. I will lay the hints down left and right, but I sure cannot pick them up.
Yeah.
You could throw them at my face, and I'd be like, where? Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. But you know, don't look at me that
You
way.
have such a good time recognizing other people's red flags, and
That is, I don't know where you're supposed to be. That is something I have worked on, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better.
oh, absolutely.
I'm more self-aware.
It is really hard to see stuff like that when it's right in front of your face. You know, you're like it too close to see.
You're so deep into it.
It's sat right here.
Yeah.
I can't see right there.
But, you know, I did the same thing with my mother. Like, I didn't see her for who she was until I was able to, like, take a step back and cut that relationship off for a while and not have any contact. And then after, like, a month of no contact, then I was like, okay. So it happens. So, I mean, all kinds of relationships, not just romantic.
Yeah. See, but with friends, I wasn't like that.
I feel like we all have been like that with a certain friend.
Oh. Okay, but I also kind of feel like it's the empathy, harmony side of us. We're fixers.
All of us.
Anyways, we're supposed to be talking about blended families, and we... Yeah. Why do I do that? All the noises. How was it? Because you have a blended family now. Like, your whole family is blended now. But when you were growing up, it wasn't.
Right.
How did you struggle with that, or was it something you had to get used to?
When my parents split and they,
Well, that, and then also with your oldest
yeah, okay.
being adopted, and
I guess when, like, had the most normal childhood growing up with my parents, both of my siblings. I mean, it wasn't blended until I was in my 20s.
yeah,
And I feel like that was really hard because I suddenly felt like I had no home base. Do you know, like you live your whole life and like this is
right.
your family and this is where you can always go back to and where you can always. Now suddenly my mom was here, my
Right.
dad was here, my siblings were, and I felt like I didn't have a home anymore. And I know that like I still have my family and they still love me and I can still rely on them if I need them, but I just felt like I didn't have a home. And even in my 20s, it was just,
But I get that.
yeah,
You feel like everything that you have known for so long
yeah,
is ripped away from you.
yeah,
And it's a whole new reality that you have to get used to.
yeah,
You just had to find out later in life.
right,
Like, yours was very different. But my parents got divorced when I was 8.
right,
Like, I was very, very young. And I think that was a Trump thing because I don't remember that whole conversation.
Well, to be fair, my parents got divorced also when I was like,
That's true.
I don't remember how old I was. I was really young.
I forgot.
And then they
about
got
that.
married.
Yeah.
Goofballs. What are you doing? You're telling me you married and divorced each other twice. Get it together.
You know, they're just for double taken.
Yeah.
It's
They're like,
fine.
well, maybe no. But yeah, now they're married, each one of them, and I have more siblings, and I love all of them. Yeah. And my parents they have their own spouses now, and they're happy and healthy. And on this episode, let's have a sneeze count. Little tally in the corner. She can get to 30. Don't have her. She'll get there.
Did you know that that's also a symptom of the Black Plague?
Oh, well, you've got it.
I'm here to share. Sharing is caring unless it's diseases.
Yeah, and look at you. Spread them all around.
It's fine. It's just a chance to use that fire cider. Don't look at me that way. Just judging me. Okay, no, I actually think I'm done now. Oh, it's on. I don't know what I'm doing.
Why do you keep staring at me? I don't know where I was. Like,
Because you were talking.
yeah.
Oh, she's done.
Well, I don't know. Me and Steven have been together now for 6 years. And so my oldest was 6 when we were first together. So half of his life now has been spent. He's had a dad for half of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is awesome because I remember him as a kid asking for a dad for Christmas.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was hard. Yeah. And it was like 2 Christmases later though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delivered.
Yep.
Delivered.
That's a really cool milestone, though.
Yeah.
I celebrated when I was adopted for half my life.
Really?
I was 30.
Oh my gosh, wow. That's a fun one. Steven and my oldest, they go out, they do something, they go fishing or they go out to eat or something, just the 2 of them on that date. Just
Yeah, my dad and I text each other on my adoption date and tell each other happy adoption date. It's like a second little birthday.
right.
That just makes my heart so happy. Both of them.
Me too. Yeah.
Just itchy. I don't cry that often.
I know.
Yeah, I guess with mine, I don't have to worry about the co-parenting thing,
Yeah.
which never would have been a healthy thing anyway. So fine with
not
that.
with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I very much admire the people that can do it, but I don't think it would have been. It wouldn't have been healthy.
It would have been very one-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think it would have been fine on your end. It would have been the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did meet his biological father, I don't know, 4 or 5 times in that 6 years. But just the back and forth and the being in it wasn't healthy anyway.
No.
No.
You know.
It was very random,
Very.
which is not healthy.
Yeah.
Either be present or no.
Right. Yeah.
That's very much.
I remember the saddest thing that probably ever happened was when my oldest called him and on Father's Day to tell him Happy Father's Day, and he hung up he just hung up. He answered. He said Happy Father's Day, and it would click, and then I texted him, and I'm like, what the? And he's like, it's too emotional. I can't do it.
Wow.
He's 5. What are you talking about? This is too emotional for you. Are you? Oh my god. It was.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how you kept your cool.
It's a good thing he lived 3 hours away, or I would have.
Yeah. Oh my. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was hard.
That's a rough one.
But things are so much better now.
Oh, they are. Yes.
Yeah. He's got a great dad now.
He does.
He does.
He's such a good dad. And he's a good dad to the girls.
Yeah.
And he's a good husband to you.
He is a good
He's a
husband.
husband. Yeah. He really is.
I will still hurt him if he hurts you.
No, he wouldn't.
I know he wouldn't, but I still will.
That man won't even raise his voice at me.
That's a good man. Mm-hmm. He is a good guy.
He is.
I'm very happy you found him.
Me too. And not only do I love him, I like really like him. Do you know what I mean? And like that's yeah, it's like I genuinely enjoy being around him.
Yeah. Like any other, you were like okay being by yourself at home with nobody except for your oldest.
Yeah.
Even if you were in a relationship or seeing somebody, you were still okay being by yourself, which I think you're okay being by yourself now, but
I need to be by myself. I'm just one of those people. But
Right.
like I just genuinely like I like when he comes home from work.
Right.
I like the days that he has the whole day off. In fact today he came home and I don't know, 7:30 break this morning, I think. And he's like, oh, I should take the day off today. I'm like, yes, let's do it. And let's go to sushi. He's like, okay, good. I was just kidding. I'm like, man.
okay, but I do that with James too. I'm like, just take the day off. Let's just hang out.
Yeah.
Let's watch movies, get good food. And sometimes he says yes. And we'll just both take the day off and just lay in bed all day long, binge watching stuff. Yeah. Order Chinese.
See, we don't really do that, but maybe it's because we don't have kids.
Right.
It very well could be because y'all have that
Yeah.
alone time. I mean, I know you have the dogs, and that's like having children.
Oh my God, you know what's so fucking exciting though?
You're getting another dog.
No.
Oh.
No. Okay, so we're taking a week in Florida for Christmas. And we were originally going to just get an Airbnb and take the dogs because it's too expensive to board them.
Mm-hmm.
It's over Christmas, so finding a sitter is usually too hard.
Right.
And we can't take them to Brian's with us because Brian has 2 dogs himself.
Sure.
Okay.
So, anyways, we were brainstorming because the Airbnb is going to be like close to $900 for the week, which is quite a bit. Plus, we're driving down 3 dogs. It's a lot. Whatever. So we took a chance and asked a friend, and we have a friend coming to stay for the week with the dogs.
Hey.
Yeah.
What a huge weight lifted off
I
your
know.
shoulders.
Right.
I mean, we're going to pay him a good amount of money because it's a big ask and it's over a holiday.
Right.
So, like, we're going to pay him a good chunk of money to do this, but it's going to take such a big weight off of us and that drive,
Yeah.
especially because Lily, the youngest, has not been on a long car ride
Right.
and she is not fully potty trained yet.
Yeah.
So, like, that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely would. That's why you gotta have a village.
Yeah.
You gotta have your people.
Because they may not be humans, but they need just as much care.
Yeah. They do require a lot.
Yeah. I also think they have just as big of attitudes.
That is no lie. I could do a whole episode just on the things that they do when they don't get their way.
Oh, so could we? What do our children do when they don't get their way?
Or how many times I have to yell, stay out of your sister's butt.
Oh.
I don't.
You know
have
what's
to
funny
yell
is I've yelled
one.
that too. I'm certain of it. I am certain.
I have not yelled that one. I have yelled, "Quit teabagging your sister."
Oh, which is just as weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Considering the fact they're younger.
Yeah.
She's not little. Nope. Oh boy. That's another episode.
Yeah.
That's coming for you.
It is. You got something to look forward to. Next time on.
Creatures of Chaos.
How does that work with you guys with blended family? I mean, does that any diet like holidays? Does that change? I mean, what do you
Emma and I just split holidays. So, like, this year, we're here for Thanksgiving, Florida for Christmas. Next year, it'll be opposite.
I go to my I go I go down south about every 3 years. But like up here we'll do me and Steven always work something out. And we work that out first. And then like for Thanksgiving, I don't see Thanksgiving as like a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love me some food. And then most of the time we'll go to James's sister's house. And then Sometimes we go to my sister's house or my mom's house, but most of the time we make it to all of them. With Christmas, Steven always does Christmas Eve. And I'm more of, I just want Christmas morning.
Right.
So, like, he has them all Christmas Day or Christmas Eve day into the night. And then that night he'll drop them off. And then I get to do Christmas morning with them. That's just how we've done it for the last 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
So it's always worked really well. But, I mean, my family in Alabama, I haven't been to Christmas there in a long time.
Right.
Like, since before I had the twins.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
What about you?
We always do Christmas with my mom, but for some reason, typically in January.
We do ours in January with my mom, too.
Yeah. And like Thanksgiving and Christmas, we spend time with Steven's grandparents.
Oh, Granny.
Yeah.
And her hot bean water.
Yeah. Yes, Granny's hot bean water on a balmy 80-degree day.
She's there to deliver.
She does make the best chocolate chip cookies, though.
Yeah, I'm waiting on them.
I'll bring them next time.
You better. You better.
Yeah. But that's all we ever do for any holiday, really.
Yeah. We used to do like an Easter egg hunt for Easter, but
I don't think I've ever done anything for Easter except for go to church with my dad to make him happy.
Yeah.
we used to go to church. And then I think I just like hiding eggs for the kids.
Yeah. We do eggs and
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do the plant the lollipop the night before?
Nope.
Oh.
I've never even heard of
I
that.
have, and then they turn into jelly beans or something.
Well, eggs, they're, whatever.
So, yeah, you
You have your kids go out and plant lollipops in the yard, and then the next day they turn into candy or eggs or...
Let me just tell you that's just fabulous. Like, that's a really cool idea, but I have tried Elf on the Shelf.
that bastard.
Oh my god. I suck at it so bad.
Oh.
Our elf is no longer living. He's been dead for 2 years.
Which is how it should be.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
I forget to move it.
Well, I would forget to move it.
And then
Yeah.
like they have like kits. Like you can go on Etsy and you can buy kits
Yep.
that has like 25 days or how
Different like
many.
activities for your elf to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're expensive.
No shit. And I don't have time for that. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to move this elf. He's been sitting up there and he just fucking stays up there. And Nash found him the other day and I'm like, well, you killed him. So he's gonna stay up there.
My oldest found him in my sock drawer. in like the summertime. I said, I don't know, man. And that was the end of that. I've never done it again.
Ugh. It's honestly the worst. I tried and I just...
There are a lot of cute ideas. Like if you really, if you're into that kind of thing and you're going to remember there, it's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But
No.
then it's stressful as fuck if you don't remember.
Right. And then you have to tell your kids something.
Yeah. And then I'm like, you were naughty yesterday. That's why
Yeah.
I didn't move.
That's what I did.
Yep.
Here's an elf. Use it to tell your kids they're naughty.
Yeah.
Essentially what I used it for. Even throughout the year, I'm like, elf is still in the house that sees you.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But like, so James's sister, she didn't do Santa with any of her kids.
Oh.
No Santa at all.
No Santa at all.
Okay.
Do they believe in Santa?
No. Never have.
Does she make it a point to like teach them to not ruin it for other kids?
Yeah, they don't.
Okay.
So like my kids still believe.
Right.
But they've never said anything to my kids. So they know not to say anything.
Which is good. Yeah.
But yeah. No.
I'm all for like doing whatever you want, raise them how you want. If you don't want to do Santa, that's absolutely okay. I just
Sometimes I
ruin
wish I
kids.
wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what shit I gave my mom when I found out Santa wasn't real? I said, you told me that lying is a sin and you've been lying to me my whole life.
You would be that kid.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
And now look at me.
I see. I kind of like the idea of not doing Santa.
I just, for one, you gotta keep it up every year.
Well, and I've always not liked the idea of like the kids who get a lot from Santa
Absolutely.
versus the kids who like don't get a lot from Santa.
See, and that's why we do like each kid gets one small thing
Right.
from Santa. The rest of the gifts are from mom and dad, and they
Yeah.
know that. But something very small, a book or a family game.
That's how it should be.
That's what we do.
That's what we
because
do.
I do not want my kids to be like, Santa got me a PlayStation 5, and then their best friend got just a book.
Right.
That's not fair at all. That's terrible.
That's what we do. Like, Boo came home last year and she was like, so-and-so got a Stanley from Santa. And I was like, that's ridiculous. For one, why does this 8-year-old need a Stanley?
Right. I don't even own a Stanley.
Neither do I.
I don't either, and you won't catch me buying one either.
No. Well, and then like I'll do like similar. I'll do an outfit or something that they need that they're not going to be like overly excited for.
Right.
Like Santa gave me this. All the big stuff we do from us.
Yeah.
But even through the years I've like cut down on what I buy
Right. Yeah.
significantly.
Well, and like Emma and I talk all the time about like what we would do if we had kids. Whether that is ever in our cards or not is whatever. But we've always talked about just doing like a little like Christmas box where it's something you wear, something you read, something you eat, and something you need.
Yeah.
Something
You've heard of that. Yeah.
like just those 5 main things. And then for like the big thing that you do is an experience.
right.
So we were transitioning to that. Last year we did it. I did like the 5 things, but I do a Christmas Eve box with it.
That's my favorite. We do Christmas Eve boxes too, and it's my favorite part of the holidays. Yeah.
I do. I'm all about it. But then, so like, we were deciding that we were going to do the experience thing. Also, we are just running into the problem of the expenses. Because like this year, I was like, we're going to Gulf Shores. That's what we're going to do this year. And they struggled with the not having it at that moment.
Right. Especially when they're younger, I'm sure.
Right.
Right.
But, I had thought about doing like one big year, then a couple small years, then like another big year. But I think it's a me thing. I love seeing my kids' faces when they open up their presents on Christmas morning. That's
me too.
my favorite part.
Yeah.
But like I buy a toy and they play with it for 2 weeks and then they don't ever play with it, and that's where I struggle with it.
Yeah. I'm so sick of toys.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm about to buy him pop.
Yeah. I'm like literally anything else.
I'm
Like,
sure
you
they
get
would
crack
be
cocaine
just excited.
for Christmas. Like open this little jar. Or the toys that make noise.
Oh, those are the worst.
Not in my motherfucking house.
No.
ma'am.
Oh my gosh.
I hate it.
Like, the boys got a recorder 1 year,
Oh no. From who?
James' sister, and I said,
Oh, that's
Man.
you can take these home with you. She said no. They ended up in the garbage. I also I burned a ukulele.
Dang.
They're at the age now where like certain things, like if you want to start learning to play, that's fine. But if you're just out here strumming a ukulele with no sense of what you're doing at all, no, thank you.
yeah. Children make enough noise themselves.
Yeah,
They don't need more things to create noise.
I feel like I thrive on chaos, but there's a limit.
Oh yeah. I thrive on quiet. I love when things are quiet.
I feel weird when my house is
Not
quiet.
sitting quiet.
No.
No, you can't. And then you start making noises.
You and I are perfectly content sitting in the quiet, and
Oh, yeah.
you are not.
Yeah.
No, if I walk into a house and it's quiet, we're gonna have to dance, turn on some music, sing some songs, play a game. No.
I'll have like maybe my own music going quietly, not loud. Or like if the TV's on in the background, it's fine. I I don't like the screaming, and I don't like the loud noises or repetitive sounds. I'm like, okay, you have to stop now. Yeah.
I have to have like something soft in the background. I have to have like some kind of like white noise or like a fan.
The fan
like
going, yeah.
a TV or something. But it's like it can't be like dead silent. But
Oh no, mine can be. Mine cannot be a doll. No dead silence.
Even when you leave to go to the bathroom, there's sometimes that we just don't say anything because we're
Yeah.
just like sitting in silence. And
That's
we're
not
totally
okay.
comfortable with it.
Oh no, me and James both. Both of us are. No, it becomes an awkward silence,
no.
and James will pull like a Morgan and be like, "How about the Bears?" or something like that. Just
See, I used to be like that. If there was awkward silence, I would like speak or say something, but I'm way too comfortable in silence now.
yeah, that particular situation, it wasn't.
Well, that was just weird.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I like Steven so much.
Because he's okay
I know
with it.
He's very like oh man, the kids go to bed and sometimes we just don't even turn on our show right away. We're just like,
You just don't
we
talk.
just sit there in silence for a little while. Yeah, we just,
Oh no, I'm like a leech. As soon as the kids go to bed and we get in bed, no space.
I mean, me and Emma still cuddle, like to this day.
no.
But no, like we still sit in silence sometimes.
If I notice it's silent, I have to bring something up.
well, on the way here, you were quiet for a minute, well, maybe an entire 30 seconds. And I was like, you're quiet today. I was like, you okay? You're like, I have a headache. I'm like, okay, because this is weird.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And then there's Gary, who can be in complete silence all day long.
Oh, yeah.
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 As long as he has his show, he'll be, I mean, the TV's not quiet by any means, but
Oh no, I've even gotten into the habit on accident. Did not mean to get into this habit of driving and forgetting to turn on the radio.
So many times on Monday nights, nothing.
Yeah.
No podcast, no music, no nothing. It's so nice.
that's weird.
Okay, to be fair, mine started because Brian.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not listen to music. If he listens to anything in his truck, it's YouTube. And he's watching something while he's driving. Because
It's not safe.
yeah. And we worked with him for so long that half the time we just sat in silence. So I sat in the back and I read.
Oh my gosh, no, I would have to sing. I would have to sing. I would have to.
Not at 4:30 in the morning, you don't.
You sure as shit bet I will. Mm-hmm. I get, oh my gosh, when I worked at the factory, it would be 5:30 in the morning and I would get in and just crank that music all the way up.
I can't lie, I would not have liked to work with you. Like, go home.
I am more of a morning person now than I used to be, but not that extent of a morning
Okay, but
person.
it wasn't like a hyper. It was like I would get, like, I was still half asleep. I wasn't like up dancing around like
Okay.
at 6 o'clock in the morning. It took me a little bit to get there once I got my energy drink in, and then
Okay.
we went way off course with this one.
Yeah, we did. That's
Yeah, we
okay.
did.
What the hell were we even? This is a
Blended
family. Right.
Right. Yeah, no, we're like,
We talked a
Way.
lot about blended families, though.
Yeah.
we did. Either way, blended families are good.
They are really good.
They are.
I would not be where I am today if it was not for my blended family.
I agree with that. Could you imagine if I still lived in Alabama?
No. Nope.
No. Nope.
Well, this wouldn't have been a thing.
I probably would have been preppy.
I wouldn't. Well, we wouldn't have known yet, so who cares?
We would not have. I would not have known any of you.
We would not have been friends. No.
Listen, I either would have been dead, on drugs, pregnant, or all of the above.
Man, to be pregnant, on drugs, and dead at the same time.
Yes. Why? Yes.
We're not just saving an arm, we're saving the whole body.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, to be honest, I would have ended up just like one of my sisters.
Is she dead?
Is she dead, pregnant, and on drugs?
I mean, pretty close.
3.
Pretty close.
Probably the 2.
Dead inside.
Maybe.
So,
That's fair. Yeah. I know a lot of people like that. All right. You ready?
yeah.
Okay.
On that note, see ya.
Toodles. Although we call it chaos, it's what we thrive in best.
Until we meet again, chaos creatures.
Stay you, stay true, and embrace the chaos.